Hi.
Renourished is
Rejuvenated.
There you go.
I got you, boo. I got you. I told you I got you.
Come quench your thirst with Killer.
Right.
Wait a minute.
What kind of thirst?
Your physical, your mental.
There you go.
Right. I just asked a question. I just asked.
I
just asked.
Calling all thirsty girls, come and get a drink.
It ain't no excuse this time, Guns.
Okay.
Right.
You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRBmedia,
The voice
of the community.
I am Dr. Bizness.
And I am Lady Guns. That is greatness under no stipulation.
And I am your girl, Just Judea, with straight talk, no chase.
I am Vee Thompson with Vibing with V.
It's your boy Killer Cam from the TNC show. Come holler at me.
It's your boy T Boss 974. Come holler at me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Now, V had started something during the break.
She did.
So, if she gonna be woman enough to start it,
Okay.
she gonna have to be woman enough to
V, I can
carry
finish
it out
this, right?
Oh, man.
on camera.
Oh man, y'all get
Yeah.
y'all get prepared.
Shots.
Get prepared.
I'm
You
just
know-
saying.
Shots fired. He just.
You know what? It's because I'm a rapper that he's treating me like this.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
A successful rapper. Any old rapper, no. But you're a successful.
That is why.
You're not just a rapper. You are like a stealth bomb.
Thank you.
Nobody saw that coming.
See, that's right.
Nobody knew
That's right.
that when you clutched your pearls,
Hello.
that it was connected
Say
to
that.
18,000
Say
watts of fire.
Say
Flame.
that.
I'm just saying.
And I was trying to be the best
Bam,
rapper
boom.
today, but it's the hair.
It's what, yeah.
You gotta do something.
Whether you grew it or bought it, it's the hair.
It's the hair.
What about it?
What?
right.
It's still yours, baby. It's still yours.
Because guess what? I still got the receipt.
It's going back in the morning.
Oh,
This conversation that we were
Embarking
Miss V
on.
happened to just come
Put
up
out
with.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
you put it out there.
Oh man.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind
No,
the scenes.
I'm gonna tell you what these ladies said. They said they ain't taking care of no dogs.
in 2019.
2K19.
They pets has died. Basically, they done took them back to the shelters, or
I
they got them
did.
killed
I did
off.
do it.
Please
took
tell
too
us why you did Fluffy like that.
Well,
Please.
And he moved back so they can see.
You went and got him from a home
That's right.
to bring him to your home.
you're right.
To take him back to jail. Come on,
Right.
you.
Wait a minute, then she got another one.
And then,
I did.
and
That's
now when
true.
they got the homeboy. Oh no, we ain't.
She just switching it up.
She switching sides already.
She can't make up her mind
Please,
which dog she wants.
Wait.
Inform us.
So when men
Inform
do
us,
it,
please.
when men do it, that's common.
Okay.
But when we do it, we wrong.
Right.
And
You
why
wrong.
you take Fluffy back?
Why
and
you
why
take-
you take him out of
She took
situation
Fluffy
just to put him
back.
right back there
He
and
took
then to do
Fluffy
that?
back because he wasn't a right fit.
Okay.
Right.
But
That's
you
right.
should have figured that
She was
out
a kid.
before
You don't-
you
you
brought
don't
Fluffy
know.
home.
Wait a minute, we talking
No.
about that honeymoon stage,
No,
okay?
no,
When you
no,
first see that puppy,
Yes,
he's like,
right. That's true.
He making them
throwing them
eyes.
eyes at you. He put them ears down and he let you pet him and everything. You get him home.
But
Yeah.
He biting your
But-
furniture,
listen,
peeing
listen.
on your floor.
That
Right.
is the reason why you don't let them hit it beforehand. Because then you get the emotional tie, and that's why you brought him home.
and now he a dog for real. You go in there and cook. I'm gonna be on your couch eating your kids' snacks, and it better be
Okay,
done
so
with.
let me tell you what
You
happens when you
allowed
don't
him.
let the dog hit it.
Don't
Let me tell you what happens.
He gonna bark up another tree.
They leave and go find another tree to pee on. And that's good.
But
because
if
is
it's
good. It
good
sure is good.
enough, then he'll wait.
he will wait. Are you out there waiting? Because I'm still waiting. Ain't nobody hitting nothing over here.
Okay.
Ain't no barks, ain't no none of that.
Let's get back to the topic. Why was it the physical real dog, not men? Why wasn't the dog a good fit for you in your home? Please tell me why.
He was too big.
Okay.
Wasn't he too big when you got him?
Exactly.
No, I raised.
When you
no.
first looked at it,
He
you
was a puppy.
knew
He was a puppy.
He was
that
a
it
puppy.
was
But
too
did you
big.
find
And I
out what
knew he
kind
was
of
going
dog
to.
it was going to
Yes,
be?
I did. I knew everything about him.
Viagra
I
will do
saw.
that to you. You gotta
Did you
understand.
at the park?
He was too big. I was not messing with none of that.
If he was too big to go to
shelter, no,
was big
not
for 2
today.
hours, then see a
Exactly.
physician.
Too big.
I'm
So
saying-
you took
I'm
him
just
back and
saying.
you got the second one. Why did you take
Well,
that
he
one
was
back?
big too, but it's nothing wrong with
Big.
sharing. I had my
Sharing's
time. I had my time,
Do
and
tell.
I mean, he was a good dog. They both were good dogs.
So you
but
like
So
sharing yourself.
if we comparing that to men,
At the love.
I shared the dog
Right.
because
Shared the
dogs are
dog.
to be shared, I
Yeah,
guess.
see, I ain't sharing mine. I
But-
say a lot of stuff.
Like I
If
said,
it's a dog,
I'm not
though.
sharing my dog.
If hey,
If
2019.
he-
listen, we
dog.
talking about
If he
two
a good
different
dog,
dogs now. We talking about two different dogs now.
So-
out little Fluffy.
So I'm gonna tell you. So I had 2 dogs, Phineas and Ferb. I got them when they
You
were
that
4
kind?
days old. I am.
Oh.
That's enough. I have 4. I got them when they were 4 days old, and I kept them literally. I think they probably were like maybe 8 or 9 years old. The only reason I had to let them go is the lifestyle that I had when I got them was no longer fair or conducive to the lifestyle they deserved. When I got them, I had a regular 9 to 5. We went on walks in the morning.
Yeah.
Before I went, they played,
You
they
had a
ran
schedule.
around. I had a schedule, I had a routine. I was close enough to work where I could go home, let them out, come back, spend time together and all of that. Well, as I was elevated and as I gained increase, then the demand and responsibility for my work environment began to dominate what they deserved.
Yeah.
Now, I look for options. I had dog walkers. When I moved, I wasn't going to let everybody in my house because I don't know who these
Right.
people are. I'm like, my dogs ain't been walked, but all my stuff gone. They
Right.
still here like, I barked, but you
That
ain't
dog walked, but that wasn't the right dog that was walking.
you know,
Okay.
but I had my nieces and nephews stay with me, and as long as their school schedule, they were getting out on time.
Right.
But even as they graduated and got into elevated grades of school, then they got basketball and football and cheerleading and whatever. So they were no longer able to provide and fill in that gap. So I had to make the hard decision of make them suffer through the lifestyle that I have, and I'm talking about leaving from 4:30 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. No more going home.
Oh, okay.
No more going out. And because I knew that they respected the house, common sense told me no matter how much respect they had, they was not going to hold it
Right.
that long.
That's
So
long,
then they
right.
began to live a crated lifestyle
Yeah.
where I kept them sheltered and kept them crated and confound. So those were 2 actual real 4-legged feline friends.
Yeah.
And they are in a beautiful home. They've got beautiful parents. I get pictures of them. I didn't just send them somewhere. I didn't just say, here they go on the side of the
kind of
road.
dogs
I didn't
were
do
you,
that
for the
either.
record?
Miniature pinchers.
Miniature
2
pinchers.
men pins.
Yeah.
2 men pins. And I love my boys.
Yeah.
Flip that around into a relationship.
Go ahead, girl.
Same
Talk about it.
thing. When I met someone, I was once married. We fit perfectly.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
grew together. We began
Yeah.
to understand one another. Our lifestyles changed, but they changed together. However, our careers took us in different paths, and we would try to bring it back together. We tried to make it
Yeah.
work. We tried. We put in different compromises. Well, you don't travel. Well, if I got to travel, see if you can travel at this time. So
Yeah.
we're both gone and whatever. But eventually,
Yeah.
it took a toll, and no matter what we were trying to do, lifestyles
up.
began to
You no
change.
longer fit.
And it no longer fit. And he
what I
decided
said.
that he couldn't wait until we reached another level. But this is where I'm going to go, and this is what I'm going to do. Now, the mutual respect where I didn't just give Phineas and Ferb away, I didn't just throw them away. My ex-husband had enough love, compassion, and respect for me to say, I am not going to do right by you. I am literally, you deserve so much better. And what we're doing is not going to change. As we get elevated and move up in our careers, it is only pulling us further apart. And our ambition is driving us into a place to where we can no longer negotiate that midpoint.
Yeah.
So instead of me just
Trying to force it.
trying to force it, I am going to release you into a place,
Okay, yeah.
and
where
I'm
you
gonna
can be.
and I'm gonna take care of you when I release you. I'm
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
gonna put you out,
Right.
but I'm gonna make sure that you're provided for and taken care of. So I've experienced.
So if you can't
Baby.
force it, divorce it. Yeah, because you said you didn't.
Absolutely.
Ultimately.
That's true.
Absolutely.
And nothing's wrong with that.
You go
have
through the
to know.
steps, you go through the
Uh-huh.
process, you try to work it
try.
out together.
She said she
Then you
tried.
try to bring in accountability partners, and then you go to therapy, and then you do
try
those necessary steps to try to make it work. But if at the end of the day it's not going to work, that's where they come
Not
up with
gonna work.
irreconcilable differences.
And identifying the problem. That
Right.
was the difference in my marriage. We identified the problem.
Okay.
And it was the inability to stay connected because he was active duty military and I was federal government. My job kept me traveling. His job kept him traveling. We were neither one of us had an authority to be like, I ain't going. Once a soldier, you a full-time soldier.
Ain't no part-time.
24/7. Right. Yeah, you can't say,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want
Call
to
out
go.
sick.
You be sick. You be sick on that plane. They'll have you in a tent or stuck to an IV. As soon as you're good to go, going back out. So we were not in a position, but we identified the problem and we tried to bring resolution. Okay, if I have to travel, I'll travel. Then I'll see if I have to go. I'll see what. But what's the point of me staying home and you in another country?
But
Turn it
you
up.
know what?
Continue to
I'm
move.
fixing to reach out to you guys, and I'm telling you, I think I may need some intervention because, I took 2 dogs to the animal shelter. I took, surrendered them, and then I messed around and adopted another one this past December. So.
Take him back immediately. Fluffy.
Well,
Do
this
you
is-
see what's about to happen to you?
The V.
Third time now.
And V, this is what I would ask. It's not about the dogs. What is your motive for
was
getting
getting
them,
ready to say.
knowing?
Both of those were pits. Guess what? I got a poodle now.
You
And,
sound like-
and it was what I said. It was just too big because when
yeah,
the
it's
first
not
one was
puppy.
So
and
let me
then-
ask you this: do you think the size of the dog is going to take away
do.
the amount of responsibility?
no.
It do.
It's still
No.
it's still the same responsibility.
It
so you
is.
can
Just
give-
lighter poop.
Right.
Less crap to deal with.
Yeah.
Related.
Both stories for me as well. My dog that's featured in my book that I give a lot of homage and
Man's best friend.
he was there for me through this entire journey when everybody else was like, she ain't
Yeah.
never gonna finish that book because I pick it up right. And it took me a few years. It actually took for my son to be murdered in 2013, and that catapulted me into finishing the book. But on my journey, his name was Chico. Hey, Chico.
Chico.
His name was
Man, it's
Chico,
Coco.
and he was a full-bred Pomeranian. Very intelligent animals. And at that time that I was writing, that's all I was doing. So we literally spent every day, all day together. We went on walks. He even inspired me with a lot of things he would do if I was sick. He would sit up under
They
me,
sure do.
and they knew things, and
Yep,
I would
they
pay
do.
attention to him, and I would learn things from him. And my perspective, just watching how he interacted with me and children, it helped me as an individual.
Right.
However, once I ended up finishing the book, then I had book signings, and then I'm being booked for going out of town to be motivational
defensive
speaker,
speeches.
and doing all this different stuff. I no longer had the time. So I pushed him off on the kids who had their own life, so they were halfway doing for him what I was
Okay,
doing
yeah,
for him.
yeah.
And I noticed one day I came home and he was happy to see me, but his eyes were empty. He was sad. And I literally
Yeah, that's
cried
right.
because I did that to him. I couldn't let him go. And God knew I wasn't going to let him go.
Yeah.
No matter how sad
Yeah.
he was, I
Right.
was doing other things to try to make up for
Right.
Lost
what
time.
he lost time and what he was lacking.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so one day I left to go to work, and my daughter and her kids walked out the door, and we had just moved into this house, so he wasn't familiar with the neighborhood. He came out the door behind the baby, and they didn't know it. When I came home, I'm expecting my baby to greet me.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel his spirit in the house. He was nowhere to be found. So I'm outside yelling for him. I'm like, okay, well, he'll come back because,
Yeah.
he did this at the other house. 3 days went by, he didn't come back. I called the shelter. He was
Yeah.
at the shelter. I had to make a decision.
By the bond him out.
Yeah.
I knew that he was going to be right back in the same situation if I went and got him. So I went to God, and I said, Lord, you know better than I do. He's a good dog. He's housebroken, very intelligent. Will you please make sure he gets a loving and caring home?
Absolutely.
That's the best I can hope for.
And that's really how we should be treating our relationships.
And so that's what I'm getting
Right.
at.
Yeah.
And so in my marriage, even though, we both did a lot of stuff, I'm not a grudge holder. Once we talk about it, I'm done with it. You will never have to worry about me bringing that up again in another situation. Whereas with him, he was a grudge holder, and he would take stuff from 20 years ago that I did when I was
like
20
you did
years
it 2
old.
minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's like I was 20. Neither one of us knew what we were doing. But we worked at our marriage, and we went to therapy, and we tried to do everything, and I was the objective one, and sat down, and how can we make this work?
Are you still with him today?
I'm not still with him today. I divorced him. Well, we talked about it, and we realized there were irreconcilable
differences.
And I said to him, we will not be the typical divorcees.
Yeah.
When we fell in love and we got married. Okay, well, when we got married.
Okay.
No,
When we got married, we did it together. Right. We did it together.
Oh my goodness.
And so I felt it was only fair that we were friends in spite of all the stuff we went through. We still laughed together and joked together and those things. I'm not going to divorce you by myself, and I'm not going to serve you papers. You and I are going to do
together
in the end what we did in the beginning. We went to the courthouse in the beginning.
Right.
And we did blood tests, got the license and all of that. So we're going to go out to breakfast. We're going to have our laughs and our talks.
Scrambled eggs.
And we're going to go down to the court building.
And get our papers.
We're going to do it together.
Yep.
And that's what we did. And it hurt both of us because I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you sure this is what you want to do? He was like, no, but this is what you want to do. Well, no, it's really not what I want to do, but you're not working
It's
with
what
me.
we need to do.
How long is the relationship? Like, y'all sound like
28 years.
Yeah, sound like high school sweethearts.
We got married when I was 20.
Okay.
And I divorced him in 2013. And then, once we divorced, our relationship got a lot better. And we became friends and things like that.
You're
We
such a
started-
mirrored image of me because we were divorced 1.5 years before we even told our families. So we were divorced, papers done, signed, sealed, delivered, 2 different houses, 2 different mortgages, and we still did the family trips, we still did the reunions, we still did the timeshares, we did Christmas.
Because sometimes people got to realize that they're better off as friends.
As
You be
friends.
forcing
And
that
we-
relationship. Like, we firing on the same cylinders. And I even went through it. I have a cat. I gave up the. I
got a cat.
Yeah, you're not a dog.
I got some puss.
Puss.
You gotta put.
So like if you really like want to judge like your relationship with your animal and your relationship with your partner, like with my cat, like he's self-sufficient. I can be gone all day.
That's right.
Right, that's why you got a cat.
He cleaned himself. You
Bro,
ain't got to
that's
do
right.
all
Litter
that.
box
He
and
don't
everything.
even come to the house until it's 11, 12. Bro,
He's living his best life.
He act like me. I be
Okay.
like, bro, like, hold up. What, you was supposed to be in that 11. I done came from the club at 3 and you still. So, I feel like that cat is the mirror image of me. And when I'm home, all I want to do is be loved. So, I get hit, like, he be deep in the woods and hear the truck pull up. An hour later, he jumping through my window.
Yeah.
And now he, clawing. I'm like, oh, man, gone. But I love the love. But it's like,
Absolutely.
I'm not a very affectionate person, but I love to be loved, if that makes sense. Like, that's why girls be like, Cam, like, why you so wishy-washy? I'm like, it's not that I'm wishy-washy.
It's hot.
I can't,
Get off me.
I
not,
just want it right now. I don't want it all the
right.
time.
Give me 5 minutes of your time. Cook me a meal and let me go back to my entrepreneurship. But, oh, no, you lay here for...
That is a typical man,
We
though.
can't have that. Can
I'm
we?
sorry.
No, it is not a typical man. I do more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Give or take
2 hours,
2
2
hours.
hours making it do what it do.
I wasn't talking like that. I was talking about
We
it.
want to cuddle. We want to hug. We want to talk.
He got a 30-minute Sean T workout. And you talking about 2 hours.
Real
Sometimes
stuff.
we just want to lay naked with you and laugh and talk.
Okay, and you can do that, but listen.
Doesn't mean it's
Stay
time to get
naked.
busy.
I'm gonna be gone for about 5 more hours.
And then when I
And when I come back, I
be
want you to
naked.
be naked still. We gonna go like I never left. Like I go to sleep.
pick up
relax.
for another 5 minutes.
I know, but that's what I'm
So
saying.
you saying you want me to be naked knowing the plumber getting ready to come home?
Facts. He working.
What
He
you
working.
mean the washer broke again? Why don't we just buy another washer?
Right here. And my husband don't have time to clean.
Right.
But, God knew.
Right.
He knew in my marriage. He knew we were no longer good for each other. And we tried to make it more than it was the second go round. And right when we got right to that place where we decided, okay, we're going to get engaged again and see how that go, he died from a heart attack.
Wow.
I promise you guys, I didn't feel bad. I wasn't
Your
sad.
husband?
My husband. He just died this past August, the 24th.
So y'all were trying to get back together?
We were trying to get back together because
So
we loved each other, and after the divorce, we started spending time with each other, and eventually fell in love again. We all fell in love.
So y'all were still hitting it after you got a divorce?
No, I wouldn't let him touch me.
Okay.
Because my thing was, I gave myself to you for free the first go round, and you didn't appreciate it. Now you got to work.
Now you got to pay for this cookie.
And I know you're gonna work for it
How
because
much?
you know how good it is.
Drop the mic. Drop the freaking mic.
How good it is.
You take credit.
Okay, but
Layaway
you gotta treat a man that's a regular 9-to-5 and a man that's entrepreneurial differently.
Differently.
They're
yes.
different. Because mine's different. Because
Absolutely.
you know what time he gonna come home and
That's
what
right.
time you gonna get to lay with him and spend time with him. With an entrepreneur, my day is I don't
Have to be
know.
flexible.
Right.
And I would
don't
say,
know.
but
You
this
know
is
what?
where
That's
but this
true.
is the thing. I will say this: entrepreneurs also have to be upfront enough
That's true.
to say, "This is who I am,
Right.
and this is what I do."
Yeah.
The recipient have to say, "I accept you for who you are."
Yeah.
And what you do.
Right.
Not I can change you. Not I'm gonna put it on you and he gonna end up staying.
Okay.
Not ever. Right.
That's right.
Don't.
Ain't
don't-
never met
don't-
that.
Ain't
Yeah.
never that good.
Right.
Ain't never met nothing that good.
Oh,
But
my
God, that's the only thing. If you ain't on that level, if there ain't some rays of sunshine coming out that box, no, girl, you ain't. Come on, stop.
Be like, what? We was talking about flipping.
I'm just saying.
Let 'em know.
I'm saying as an entrepreneur, it's hard, and that's why it's hard for us to date. Like, I'm okay with being single because every girl wanna like once you get to a certain level, girls just like, oh my gosh, I'll do any, you know. And I say, hey, you want to be my girl for this event, but after that,
Lord.
you know, I'm gone.
Right.
I know what? It
Yeah.
sounds harsh, but it's
It's
honest.
real.
But that's what they want. Hey, I want to be seen with the litness, like.
And that's exactly, you're absolutely right.
So if you can just do it that way, I mean, there's
Really?
different.
Anybody want to be
There's
somebody
different
else's?
lives you can live.
Your passenger seat still got the plastic on it.
No.
Okay.
The door still ain't never been cracked.
Give me some feedback on what y'all think about that. Like dating a regular 9-to-5 guy and dating an entrepreneur and the challenges both of them come with.
There's definitely a difference, and I feel like when you're dating an entrepreneur, male or female,
Right.
that other person, whether they're entrepreneur or 9-to-5, they have to, number one, be very, very, very secure of themselves.
And patient.
They have to be very patient. They have to be very understanding, and they have to know where the line is drawn. And they have to be able to draw a line for you, because as an entrepreneur, we will get caught up in well, you knew.
Yeah.
I did know. You're absolutely right. And I did know you had a show to do tonight, and I did know that you had to spend an extra hour there, but you spent 3-4 more hours there.
I would even recommend that they have the same ambition as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do agree because my son and his wife are the epitome of a
Power couple.
couple, and they're
Okay.
only 25 and 26. She's in the military. He's a rap artist. He has his own nonprofit organization. He does a whole lot in the community. She got a place in South Carolina. He's here. He travels there. When she has to be there, he goes there. When she's off, she comes back home, and they spend every waking moment together. Creating their brand together, so they're both going in the same direction.
Right. And that's the only way it'll work.
And
Right.
and that really is, because at the end of the day, it's really communication.
Yes, it is.
You have
It
to
is.
be able to communicate, text, email, call. Here's my schedule. Here are the expectations. Because if you set the expectation
That's
up
right.
front, then nobody's getting mad on the back end.
That's right.
Right.
Because up
That's-
front, beforehand,
Yeah.
this,
What they expect.
and it takes reiterating that, because sometimes people forget. So you have to be willing to reiterate. Remember, I told you,
Yeah.
you know,
I told you
I'm
that.
going to be absent this period of time.
But I'll be back.
So when you call me and I don't pick up because
have
I'm in a
reached the
meeting,
number, have-
that don't mean call me
Yeah.
50
I
more
know, right?
times every
Right.
minute
Yeah.
on the minute trying to figure out where I is.
Well, that just goes to show lack of security in that person. Right there's a red flag, and that
Exactly.
Maybe
that's
they
not the person.
maybe they just had a flat and they needed some help.
Well, she better
Nah,
know how to
call.
fix her own flat.
Okay.
Triple A.
I can change the
AAA,
oil. I can
I
change
know,
the
right?
fuel pump.
Girl,
Oh,
a
my
mass
goodness.
airflow
Tire.
sensor. I'm telling you,
You
you
hear
my
me?
mirror.
I
You
go
my
to
mirror.
I can go to AutoZone in a minute and rent them tools.
And she said she can't
Well,
figure it out.
hey.
YouTube it.
Well, guess that's what I was gonna say.
There you go. I was getting
Yeah.
ready to say I'll just get the book, but I'm telling my age.
Yeah.
Just YouTube.
Google it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Google it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be very secure within yourself
Right.
Yeah.
to be able to deal with
Every
a rap artist,
Right.
everyday life.
any kind of
Anybody,
performer,
right.
Anybody.
or
Anybody, yeah.
an
Anybody.
entrepreneur, but especially these people, because these
Absolutely.
people they set their own limitations, so to speak.
Right.
Right.
We seem crazy. Like
No, we don't seem crazy.
we are crazy.
We are.
Because we got to end. I mean,
We're out of the box
it's only
thinker.
crazy.
We're out of the box
Right, it's
thinkers.
only crazy until everybody's on it. You know, like a cruise ship. Like, oh, the world's flat. We gonna fall off the edge of the earth. But that crazy dude was like, man, I'm gonna build a boat.
Right,
And I'm gonna go
right.
until I fall off that
Out
boat. Who
of the
coming?
box thinkers.
Nobody.
There you go.
That's true.
Alexander
Yeah.
Graham Bell, I love that dude because I could literally put myself in his shoes. Yo, I'm about to make this device, man. You gonna call your girl? You know how she stay? You know how you have to use horse and carriage to get to her? Now we gonna couple clicks and she on the phone.
There you go.
Man, you are dumb. You dumb. You ain't about to do that. Electricity, stuff that we enjoy today. If it wasn't for them entrepreneurs,
That's right.
saying that, hey,
Absolutely.
we need
Yeah.
this.
Right.
Y'all
This
know
is what we
Absolutely.
need.
That's right.
That grind.
And I know they
Seeing
got
what other
crucified
people
for that.
can't,
Like,
seeing what other people can't see,
Right.
and
Yeah.
envisioning what isn't
The
there.
possibilities.
Right.
The
Right.
possibilities.
But we're the one, regular people, and no offense, guys, but
It's good to be
artists,
regular.
We are
Yeah.
always going to
need
be
those.
on the outside.
Looking in.
People that are not artists. Because we see things differently,
That
we
is true.
interpret things differently,
Right.
we process things differently, and because I process things differently than your average person, it's something wrong with me.
Right.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with me, and there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know
We
what
just
I'm
see
saying?
things from a
Just
different perspective.
From a different perspective, and that's
Yeah.
always a good thing because you can share something with me that I'm just totally oblivious to, and vice versa. Like we all have something to contribute to each other. Once we get past that first wall, that my first perception.
I thought you were
of
gonna say
Yeah.
once we get past fighting in the ditch.
fighting
Look at
with
that,
kids,
right.
hands in a barrel, all that good stuff. Once I can get past that and I can meet you where you are,
Right.
then I can learn from you.
Right.
But if
Until
I'm trying
then-
to find something wrong with you, if I'm trying to stay away from you because I can't grasp a hold to why you think the way that you think, then
We can get this book that's entitled He Had Coffee, I Had Tea by Judea Freeman. No More Secrets, a sizzling novel filled with pure passion, cringing secrets, and a haunting addiction. And they can get the book where?
on Amazon.com, or you can get it from me. Now, the upside of getting it from me is that you get a picture with me and a signed autograph.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna make sure I
And they
get
can
that
get in
before.
contact
I want
with
this
you.
copy. This
How?
look like the
You
original.
guys can get in contact with me at 980-221-5446.
And they can get in contact with you?
Yes,
Miss
with
V?
vibing with V Thompson. at gmail.com. I have all the email addresses. Vibing with V Thompson at gmail.com.
Is that VEE?
Yes, that is V as in victory, EE Thompson. Yes,
.com.
that's it.
.com.
At
It's your
Gmail.
It's your boy Killer Cam, man. Killer Cam 1, KILLUHKAM 1. I have an event going down February 2nd. We're going to be at the Apostrophe Lounge going all the way up. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have performers. We're going to have Killer, of course. We're going to have Aquarius. We're going to have a bash. We're going to turn it up. So if you mess with me, if you don't mess with me, if you kind of mess with me, if you're thinking about messing with me, y'all come out there, man. We going to turn up. You going to be like, yo, that boy Killer is the man. And don't forget, February 3rd, that is the Super Bowl. But I got something special for you on top of that. I'm releasing releasing my mixtape. It's called Rage. It's off the chain. I got 11 songs. They all bangers.
Now.
Killer done produced all that. All that gas is me. Y'all come holla at me, man. It's Killer,
now.
man.
It's your boy T Boss 974. Instagram, the best promoter in Charlotte, #1. Always up top. You know, glory be to God. But
Facts.
check me out on all platforms. Thanks.
Hey, and as always, Guns Total Wellness, GUNS Total Wellness. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and website. 980-239-7819. Again, that is 980-239-7819 for all your health, both personal and professional needs.
Flex.
You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The voice
Of the community.
Boxcast.
We was had some selling.
Okay, so Guns, you just made that sound like a 1-800.
Right.
After midnight.